skirt steak. So you can see, it's like a meat scarf. Keeps you warm in the wintertime. Good for a grill in the summer, and warmth in the winter. That's disgusting. Hi, I'm Farideh, and today I'm going to show you how to grill a skirt steak and go out in the garden and make a beautiful summer salad using ingredients from our rooftop. So skirt steak comes from the underside of a cow. It's super long. It's sold like this. You can see it's also very thin. It doesn't take a long time to grill. It's my favorite cut of meat. It cooks really quickly and it has the most flavor. Like this meat doesn't have that marbleization, but all that nice good fat and everything. Like you don't need to trim off any of that. And it's cheap. This is a really inexpensive cut of meat. So first things first, we're gonna marinate the skirt steak. I'm going to dump my 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. We're doing about a tablespoon of the chili flakes in there. We're gonna do a 1/4 cup of water. Just gonna give that a little bit of a stir, kind of help dissolve the sugar. So what makes this marinade really special is the fish sauce. So fish sauce is a really common ingredient, actually in countries all around the world. In Italy, they use something called colatura. In China, they've got like a fish sauce. Japan, the fish sauce I prefer comes from Vietnam. The thing about the Vietnamese fish sauce that makes it different from other fish sauces is that they only use 2 ingredients, anchovies and salt. This has a lot of flavor and a lot of umami, and I think that goes really nicely with the steak. I'm only gonna marinate for about an hour. You could do it up to 4 hours or overnight. I like an hour, nice quick marinade, because let's be honest, like, you wanna eat the shit out of this. So I'm just gonna add just 1/2 cup of fish sauce right into there. We need about a 1/4 cup of fresh lime juice. The acid, actually, a lot of fruit juices and stuff are really good for marinades because it helps to kind of break down the meat and tenderizes it. It's also helping to make it really flavorful. Okay, so I am just going to probably cut this into like 2 pieces. My grill isn't that long that I can grill this whole, so I'm just gonna cut it just to make it more manageable. This is about 2 pounds of skirt steak. That's a good amount. So I'm gonna marinate this in a Ziploc bag. I like using Ziploc bags for marinades because I put the meat in there and I'll put the sauce in there and it kind of gets all over it. Just add this in there. Make sure you get all the air out and then just Ziploc it shut, just like that. And then just rub it in there, make sure it gets all over everywhere. Spicy, a little bit salty, a little bit sweet, all the good things on the grill. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in the fridge for, like I said, about an hour. So while my steak is marinating, I'm gonna go out into the garden and pick some fresh veggies for a lovely salad. While I'm here, I'm actually gonna light the grill and get that going. Cool, follow me. So this is the Munchies garden. Every year it just gets like bigger and better and more beautiful. So I'm gonna go out here and see what looks fresh. We'll pick it, make something nice with it. Come on. So we got some chives here. I'm gonna put some chives into the dressing, I think. There's some nice mint. I'm gonna cut the mint. This is just some carrot tops. I'm gonna grab some basil. We'll take some brown fennel. These are cilantro flowers, so we'll use some of these for sure. I'm gonna pick this lettuce here. And up here we have snap peas. And they're looking so good. You just eat it like this. I'm like, I know. I just need a Jeffrey now. Okay, this is pretty good. I'm gonna get just some cilantro and some more herbs and we're gonna be good to go. This is borage. That looks pretty good. I think we're gonna go inside now and make a dressing to go along with the salad. How easy is that? So I got a lot of really good stuff from the garden. Obviously, we're super lucky that we have that right out there. This, one of the interesting things, this is called borage. It's an edible flower. It has a little bit of like a creaminess and a brininess to it, like an oyster would. I'm gonna use the chives to make a dressing, and I'm gonna use the rest of the stuff to make a really light and herby fresh salad. I'm gonna wash all these veggies and everything. So the kind of dressing I want to make, I want it to kind of offset the really unctuous flavor of the fish sauce and the steak. What I'm going to use is a bit of olive oil, some lime juice, salt and pepper, and I'm going to use yogurt as one of the main bases for this. I don't want it to be something like super creamy and super heavy, but just something like light and just, you know, really refreshing. I don't think you should be scared of making your own salad dressing. I know there's a lot of really good store-bought salad dressings out there, but I like to just kind of see what I have in my fridge and in my pantry. So I'm gonna juice some limes for this. The basis of any good vinaigrette is some kind of acid. I'm using lime juice with mine, kind of to go with the flavors that I already have going in the steak. Squeeze all those guys. It's about a couple tablespoons of lime juice in there. Going to whisk in a 1/4 cup or so of olive oil. Gonna season it with a little bit of salt. Put some pepper in there. That's great. It's super light, really flavorful. You could do this as is. I want to cut this a little bit more, make it kind of creamy. So I'm gonna add a little bit of yogurt into this. So I'm gonna do about a tablespoon of yogurt into there. Give that a bit of a whisk. I'm gonna add the chives in there as well. So that's a nice dressing. It's nice consistency, it's all whisked together. It's not too thick or anything. That's great. All right, so I'm gonna set this aside. I'm gonna keep these chives too, because just cut them up, and I'll add these to the salad also. Just like that. So what I'm gonna do now is I wanna slice up some shallots, and I'm gonna fry them, because I like, you know, the crispy shallots with this. I've got 2 shallots. I'm gonna thinly slice them on this mandolin. You don't have to use one of these. You can just thinly slice it by hand too. I just like to use this because it makes it go a little bit faster. I've got some neutral oil here, like grapeseed oil, canola oil, vegetable oil, whatever you guys wanna use. And the easiest way to do this is just to put your shallots in while the oil is cold, and you're gonna let this heat up, and they're gonna crisp up in there. All right, so I'm gonna turn the heat up to medium. I probably could have done it before I went out to the garden and all that stuff, but whatever, sometimes you don't plan very well, sue me. So this is gonna take maybe about 15 minutes. While the shallots are cooking, this is a good time to take your steak out of the refrigerator, pat it dry, and let it come to room temperature so that it's ready to be grilled. So much happening. So you can see they're nice and golden, and they're gonna keep on cooking. So they're getting like nice and dark, they're nice and crispy. I'll put them on a paper towel. So the great thing about cooking shallots in like a nice neutral oil like that is that they flavor that oil so nicely. So that oil, like you don't need to throw that oil away. That's a lot of oil. You can use that to cook with. Just wait till it cools down, obviously, and it's good to go. So I'm setting my crispy shallots aside. Okay, so into my salad, we're gonna do this nice mint. This is the carrot tops. I'm just gonna put them right in. I'm gonna add the chives into there, and we've got fresh cilantro. We've got all these nice basil leaves. They can just go in there whole like that. I might leave these guys like little bouquets, kind of toss them in there. They look really nice. And then just all these lettuces, kind of roughly tear them. They can be all kinds of different shapes and sizes. Just gonna thinly slice all of our snap peas, toss them in there. So I'm just gonna cover my salad with like a damp paper towel just so that it stays kind of light and fresh. You can refrigerate it like this too. And we're gonna go grill our steak. I'm gonna open this guy up. Okay, getting hot. So I'm just gonna put this on. You can hear it nice and sizzling. Maybe around like 400 degrees is good. It's gonna go really fast. You only need to put it on maybe like 2 minutes per side. Grilled scallions are probably one of my favorite things this summer. So I'm closing my grill. I'm gonna let it stay nice and hot. I'm gonna let it cook for maybe like a minute. I'm gonna open back up, flip it over, close it again, let it cook for another minute, and they should be done and good to go. It's just nice to stand outside and have a beer and... Where's my beer? The fuck? Oh, it's so cold. So refreshing. It is definitely done. So these look good. They're nice and charred. Scallions are done. Oh, excuse me, guys. The meat, you can see it's nice and really charred. We can go inside, let it rest for about 10 minutes, and we'll slice it. It should be nice and medium rare in there, so nice and pink. So while my steak's resting, I'm going to toss the dressing with the salad. All right, I'm gonna do a little bit of freshly ground cracked pepper in there. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt because you need a little bit of salt, even though the dressing is salted and seasoned. All right, and then we're just gonna toss this guy. Let's see, that's looking really good. I'm gonna add in my bronze fennel. I'm gonna plate this up. Our nice coriander flowers on top, just like that. And then we've also got our borage. Salad's ready. I can slice up my steak now. Okay, and this you can just like thinly slice. You can see it's nice and cooked, medium rare. You can just thinly slice it. You can do whatever shape and size you want. So this will serve maybe like 4 people. Everyone likes a little bit of a skirt sometime, you know? All right, we'll put these grilled scallions on there too. And then our crispy shallots can just go right over the steak, the scallions as well. Okay, so there you have it. Ready to go. Always walk around with a fork and knife in your back pocket because you never know when someone's gonna present you with food. So here we go. The crispy shallots are so good. Make sure you get that. Make sure you get some scallions too. And a bit of this beautiful salad. Nice little summer plate. This is perfect. This is like my ideal summer meal. Some kind of a protein with like a really healthy kind of fresh salad that's been grilled. Grilling is key. Lots of flavor. All right, I'm gonna eat it. It tastes so good. The salad with this steak, it like complements each other so well. They barely balance each other out. If you want the recipe? Go to Munchies. I got your back.